currently we are down about 11% and close to 40% from the top. I'm going to go ahead and go into the daily chart for Palantir here. Now, we are close down to the 50 EMA, and it's something I've been keeping an eye out for. We have this gap fill that I mentioned in all our previous Palantir videos ever since we got up to a high of 125.41. I said just keep an eye out for this gap fill to occur, and that's between about 85 to 100. Look where we are today, $90. Now, I'm not saying this happens every single time. I'm just saying that the gap was over purchased in my opinion, and this was huge. I think this gap fill was going to occur, and now it's occurring today as of February 24th. Now, this week's going to be quite volatile. Am I adding into Palantir? I think if I was looking to add into Palantir, I would only do a small position as there is currently a downside, right? If you're looking for a reversal, right, I want to see if the 50 EMA on the daily chart, if it could hold as support. The 50 EMA on the top left of my screen, you can see is at $87.72. If we break down below that level, there's a possibility that we may potentially test the next line of support. And for me, that's at the $73 mark, $73 there on the daily chart. That's going to be the 100 EMA to keep an eye out for Palantir. Now, between 73 and 87, I'd probably look to add in a bit of a more position for dollar cost averaging into Palantir. And I think the worst case or most bearish case scenario where I would be looking to add in more shares is closer to about $56. I'm not saying that's going to happen 100%, but if there comes in a scenario where 56 to about 73 price ranges test, that's where I'll look to be buying and holding for Palantir personally. Again, I don't mind starting a position here. I would much prefer a price entry between 87 and 73. I'm happy to see that our gap fill has succeeded here from our previous video. And in terms of reversal, eventually I will be looking for 125 to be tested again. I just think in the short term, watch out for volatility, of course, and potentially the 100 or 200 EMA being tested. I'm leaning more towards on the 50 to 100 EMA. I'm not entirely too sure if we're actually going to get a test down to the 200 EMA. So the green line and the yellow line, I think, are the price ranges I'm looking for in terms of dollar cost averaging, and then looking for a reversal back up towards the top side. Again, if we are reversing right now and say we don't break below the 50 EMA, I want to see if we can break above 100. Okay, let's go ahead and go into the unusual whales. This is for Palantir, highest open interest contracts and then highest volume contracts. Feel free to pause the video and take a screenshot if needed. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, going into the analyst ratings. We have our latest one from February 20th with Loop Capital with a 141 price target and a buy rating. This is actually one of the few buy ratings that we've seen. So the other ones, Bank of America, 125 price target buy rating, Wedbush, $90 buy rating, and then Benchmark from 2024, $8 buy rating. So pretty crazy. Ranges are pretty wide, and I think anything in 2024 is going to be outdated. So personally would only view these ones in 2025. And again, take these with a grain of salt. These are just firms with their recommendations and the price targets. We've seen time and time again, they've been right and they've been wrong. Okay, so take this with a grain of salt. You've seen my technical analysis and you've seen my personal opinion. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Fibonacci retracement one last time as well. Let's go ahead and put this at the low of 2033 all the way to the high of 125.41. Okay, so you can see here it's almost lined up with the 50 EMA and 100 EMA as well. I'm just looking for if we get that test down below 85, and if so, 73 to 85, that's where I'm looking to potentially enter. And then if I'm looking for a better entry, I think between the 200 EMA and 100 EMA is much better. So yellow and red line there, much better entry. And then I don't mind having an entry up here as well between the 50 and 100 EMA. If you're in Palantir and you're looking for a community to discuss with, free to join, by the way, there's over 32,000 members. You can join our Discord. I'll leave the link down below in the description. And if you're looking for our live entries and exits, where we called out Palantir back when it was at 20s, and we called an exit right around here between 100 and 125, you can most definitely join our Patreon at a 90% off discount as we're celebrating our 5-year anniversary, and that discount is going to be a permanent 90% off discount for those that join early. I'll leave a link down below for Patreon as well, okay? It's 20 analysts sharing their live entries and exits on options as well. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next video for Palantir. Hopefully, we'll see potentially price ranges between 100 and 50 EMA, as that's just my personal prediction, but long term, I do expect to see 125 being retested anyhow.